For dinner parties, most hosts whip up a reliable old favorite, but I see a meal as an opportunity to try something new and wow my guest with an unexpected entree. So today, Rocco DiSpirito is here making his specialty Puffy Duck with green curry and Asian greens. Rocco, show us how we can make this at home.
The Puffy Duck has a few unexpected twists to it. We start out with a base of bok choy, Chinese broccoli, and watercress, but any green vegetable will do. You want a little bit of bitterness in that, and we've added to it some Thai dragon finger peppers, which aren't hot at all.
Those are these big daddies here,
exactly.
Right? They look lethal.
A very interesting. Well, they're not lethal. They're actually quite sweet. And no, they're very good. And some ginger, and you want to saute this till the ginger is fragrant and the greens are bright green, and then you know it's done. Right. So while that's cooking, we're going to add some apple that you're going to help me grate, and you don't have to peel these, you just grate those, and we're going to throw that in later for some sweetness and for some acidity. Now, I've got ginger in here. I just want to show you a trick on how to cut ginger. The Chinese have a saying called, they say, I'll smash you like ginger, and that's why. It's the easiest way.
Unbelievable.
It's the easiest way to chop ginger.
Wow, that's incredible.
Is that cool?
I mean, I would have sat there for 15 minutes chopping and using my fingers.
Does, but look how easy
that's
it is.
Incredible.
Next thing we're going to add is green curry. Now, green curry is a base in a lot of Thai dishes. It's got garlic, lemongrass, kaffir, lime leaves, all the things that the Thai cooks use. And you can buy it at any Asian store. They've also got red curry, yellow curry, all kinds of mosaman curry.
And it's green curry just because of the ingredients?
When it's fresh, it's green, and when it's red, they're dried. It's that simple. And it's a great way to cheat flavor into food. You don't have to make a base like this. It'll take a lot of time to make a base that'll taste this good.
Not to mention the frequent flyer mileage you'd use gathering all those
exactly. So a trip to Thailand is not a bad idea, by the way.
I believe every chef should always have a glass of something fabulous.
Absolutely. In the spirit of Julia Child. Lots of wine!
One for the pot and one for
exactly.
me. I just got back from South Africa and I brought this delicious wine with me, so I'm eager to find out what you think.
They do good with wine down there, don't they?
Very good wine.
The next thing that goes into this dish, Colin, is coconut milk. And coconut milk will add texture and a lot of sweetness. So I'm adding about two 14-ounce cans of coconut milk. And this is going to reduce and flirt with all the other flavors in the pan. And
I love it. It flirts with the flavors in the pan.
And you can see how beautiful this is. The green curry, the ginger, all the wonderful vegetables. And while that's cooking, we're going to make our Puffy Duck. Now, we're going to use rice stick noodles, and these are used in pad thai. They're often boiled and used in salads, but I like to fry them because when you do, you get a really cool result. They puff up. You see how that happened? Is that cool?
That's wild.
So the way you do it is you cut some rice stick. Why don't you cut a few of these for me? Cut some rice stick noodles, about an inch and a half, like that. Yep. Wow, they didn't fly all over the place for me. You've got some magic in your hands, obviously. And then we take Peking Duck, and Peking's my favorite because it's a really forgiving breed.
Now that's Peking, not Peking.
Right, Peking, not
Peking.
The
one's the Chinese smoked one, right?
The Peking duck is the Chinese smoked duck, the one that they blow the skin up and get it nice and crispy. Peking duck is a breed of duck that I find to be most forgiving. It's a duckling, so it's very tender and you can cook at any temperature.
Is that local, that duck?
Yeah, actually, it was brought to America about 800 years ago, and they're in the Minnesota woods now. It's basically the only duck you find.
It's very local.
Yeah, it's very local. So what you do is you cut the duck breast up skinless. And did you know that skinless duck breast has less fat than skinless chicken breast? It's pretty amazing, right? So we're going to season salt and pepper here. We're going to put a little bit of egg white.
So that we get the noodles to adhere.
The noodles stick. Yeah, we're going to do that. And while I'm doing this, why don't you put a few of those in there?
Lovely.
Yeah, just throw them right in. They're going to cook very quickly. See what happens?
Yeah. So because the duck is cut so thin, we don't really need to cook it too long, right?
No. Cook it under a minute. Under a minute. You want it to be
less than a minute to cook this duck. It's unbelievable.
Look at that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. That's exquisite.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Put one more in the pan.
Okay.
You want to eat duck medium rare anyway, so this is a perfect way to get it to look cool, get it to taste fun, and cook it at the same time. So we're going to plate some of this up.
Right.
You add a little bit of your grated apple last second, and we're going to just put a nice spoonful of the curry. We're going to top it with the duck. So we've got the curry vegetables.
It smells
Can you smell it?
Doesn't it smell wonderful?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Can you smell it all the way down there?
Definitely.
All right, and then we're just going to top it with one piece of duck. It could be a great appetizer with a piece of duck, or as an entree, 2 pieces of duck. And you know, this technique works for a lot of different proteins. You can do it with fish, with chicken,
Yeah, it's a
rabbit
great
if you like.
technique, absolutely.
There you go.
So,
great.
And let's make one more here.
Okay. See if
These guys
are brave enough to taste it.
Tell me what they think. Brave.
Does it look good to you guys?
This is for you, Dar.
Okay, give us some love. Give us some love. We're ready for it.
Okay.
We have a really high threshold for compliments over here. So
absolutely.
Just
looks beautiful.
keep it going.
So far, so good.
There you go.
Okay, we're gonna taste. We've got one to taste.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you taste first. Now you can see how the duck is cooked perfectly medium rare. Let me just show that to you. It's okay, huh?
It's outrageous.
Delicious.
Isn't this delicious?
It's got just enough spice. It's got a sweet element to
And
it.
it's got the texture, the crunch, the crispiness. Bravo. Unbelievable.
Thank you very much.
Very talented. Thank you.
Anytime.
Thanks to our guest for inspiring us to take risks and think out of the box. I'm Colin Cowie. Join us next time as we discover new ways to make everyday elegance.